What is film noir? The term translates to film noir or dark film in French. It is a cinematic genre or style that originated in the United States between the 1940s and 1950s. Film noir frequently features disturbing or strange camera angles, frequent use of flashbacks, dramatic use of shadows and light, tough guy speech, and settings that emphasize isolation and loneliness. Moral ambiguity is a common theme in film noir, with hazy distinctions between good and bad, contradictions between right and wrong, conflicts between law and morality, disturbing reversals of values, and so on. Film noir is more of a style than a genre because it is not limited to a specific type of film. It can be interlaced with a variety of different types of films such as westerns, gangster films, comedies, etc. First, let's take a look at the background of the film noir. During the Great Depression of the 1930s, disillusionment and anxiety in America following World War II provided fertile ground for the dark study of moral ambiguity and existential fear. The Great Depression and World War II threw a dismal shadow over American society, and beautiful musical films and silent comedy films began to fade off the historical stage. Among them, the most popular was film noir. Hollywood produced 350 noir films between the 1940s and 1950s. You can perceive the pessimistic tone of the entire American society at that time from the film noir. The psychological state of the world was declining, along with moral degeneration and cynicism. At the same time, German expressionism had a significant influence on film noir. As German-influenced Hollywood welcomed a huge number of emigrated Germans in the 1920s and 1930s. Most of these filmmakers and technologists were absorbed into the existing American cinema system. German immigrants filmmakers expanded on Hollywood's typical obsession with plot and dialogue by paying more attention to setting, composition, lighting, and cinematography. At the same time, film noir draws heavily on the attitude and cynical world of the tough guy detective books popularized in the 1930s by writers such as Dashiell Hammett and Raymond Chandler. Film noir has a unique style that is different from other types of films. Among them, one of the most obvious styles is its lighting. This style often features high contrast lighting, deep shadows, and slanted camera angles to create a sense of unease and tension. It is the influence of German expressionist films that led to this dark film style. Here we have to mention Das Kabinett des Dr. Caligari by Robert Wiene, which is the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, 1920. It is the best example of film noir's lighting skills. Wiene uses visual elements to help define the madness of the characters. From tilted cameras to presented images and darkness where only the actors' faces are visible. Light enters the film in strange shapes, jagged quadrilateral shapes, obtuse triangles, vertical slits, etc. The display of slashes is intended to split the screen, making it restless and unstable. These lighting effects were widely used in Hollywood by cinematographers such as Greg Toll in Citizen Kane, 1941, John F. Seitz' work, Double Indemnity, 1944, Carl Freund's Key Largo, 1948, and Sid Hickok's The Big Sleep, 1948. At the same time, the unique narrative style and the use of flashbacks are also typical features of this genre. In films such as Welles's Citizen Kane, 1941, Wilder's Double Indemnity, 1944, and Sunset Boulevard, 1950, the main character's ending, for example, is usually the death or downfall of the central character. It shows up right at the beginning of the film, and then flashbacks are used to tell the circumstances leading to the tragic ending. In this way, by using flashbacks, the audience is always aware of the impending doom, thus increasing the tension and suspense. The protagonists in film noir frequently share traits such as moral ambiguity and social misfits. For example, Humphrey Bogart played private detective Sam Spade in The Maltese Falcon, 1941, who was emotionally unconcerned with his partner's murder yet avenged it. Indeed, when one of your organizations gets killed, it's bad business to let the killer get away with it. These characters' moral codes are frequently based on personal code rather than true compassion for their fellow humans. The female characters in film noir are also very characteristic of this type of film. They are commonly referred to as femme fatale in French, which means fatal woman. In film noir, she is a charming and mysterious figure whose allure often draws the male protagonist into danger or tragedy. They are often aware of their sexual attraction, exude their own character and charm, and subtly and ruthlessly manipulate their male counterparts to gain power or wealth. While they may appear as villains, femme fatales are often portrayed with depth and complexity, blurring the line between hero and villain. In Billy Wilder's film Double Indemnity, 1944, Phyllis Dietrichson, played by Barbara Stanwyck, is the quintessential femme fatale who manipulates insurance salesman Walter Neff into a murderous scheme. In the film Out of the Past, 1947, Jane Greer portrays Kathy Moffat, whose beauty masks a web of lies and betrayal that lashes private detective Jeff Bailey into taking the bait. Mary Astor's Bridget O'Shaughnessy in The Maltese Falcon, 1941, is a master of trickery who leads Detective Sam Spade on a dangerous quest to find a priceless artifact. The enduring appeal of these female characters lies in their complexity and the questions they carry about power, desire, and morality. All in all, film noir is still an influential and attractive genre for today's audiences. Whether you're drawn to the moral ambiguity of the characters or the beauty of the visuals, there's always something new waiting to be discovered in the shadows of film noir.